Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Alex Lopez Talks on the Alex Lopez Rocks YouTube channel. Joining me today is the extremely talented Valerie Newman. Valerie just this past July put out an album called All Along the Way. It's her brand new album. She's had a few singles up on iTunes and on other digital platforms in the past, but this is a complete works album, and I am so excited for you to talk about it because there's a few songs on this album that I really enjoyed, and I can't wait to hear a little more about it.
Hi, thanks for having me. So this is actually my second album. In 2020, I came out with The Path, and I wrote pretty much all the songs during, the COVID, and I worked full time, and I just was super busy. I took up painting, and I was just super creative, and I just kept on kind of going with that. I went to Wachusett recording and recorded The Path. I took a few months off, and then I went back and I did All Along the Way. So that was the follow-up to The Path.
Nice.
A lot of like spiritual songs, kind of soulful songs, I guess. Mike Harmon recorded it at Wachusett Recording, and he played the drums and bass, and Matt Marcel played guitar solos on 5 of the songs. So he is amazing. They're both like really great musicians, so it sounds great on both albums. So
that's fantastic. Now, you also have a touring band that you're currently playing out with as well, right?
Yeah, I just started playing with a new band. We're doing all original music, the Swaying Trees. So
Nice.
we played at the Red Apple Farm so far, and we have a gig lined up at Wachusett in October. So October 16th at the Apple Fest.
Wonderful. So by the time this episode airs, it'll be right around that time where Apple Fest is going to be coming up. So for our audience, definitely go and check out Valerie, and also check out the name was Swaying Trees. The Swaying Trees over there. Now, Val, what made you get into music? Because from what I'm hearing, and I might be a little off-centered, but just I hear like a little bit of Slater-Kinney, a little bit of the Indigo Girls, but I have a feeling you have a vast array of musical influences.
Yep. So I grew up, and my parents were big into country. So, I grew up hearing like Johnny Cash and the Judds, and I was always like, I don't like country because, I was into more like heavy metal. My brother was into heavy metal, so I was, into like Metallica and Megadeth, Pantera, and all that. Nice. And then, I grew up in the 90s, so I was big into like Alice in Chains and, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Incubus, nice. all the I don't know. Oh, and Sublime. I was like big into Sublime. Heavily. Okay, so this is kind of weird.
You had me at Alice in Chains, by the way.
Yeah. This is a random one though. Delight.
I'm trying to remember Delight. What song did they have?
So Groove is in the Heart.
Oh yeah, I know that song.
Yeah. So they have like all these albums out, and they have like dance music, but the singer, like I would sing like all those albums over and over and over. So I think that might be a little influence, but
nice. That's awesome.
Yep.
Delight. Again, vast array of influences. I love it.
Very, very random influences.
That is so cool.
Yep.
Now you said you growing up in the 90s, you had a bunch of different influences kind of pulling you in. When did you start playing? And when did you start playing guitar and writing songs? And
so I started singing in a band. I think I was like 23. So I started singing in a band, and I did that for like 3 or 4 years with this band Spotless, and we were kind of heavy, so it was a little screamy, and it was all original music. We had a couple of covers, but and we did an open mic at this bar called Characters in Gardner, and we had like an open mic every Thursday and stuff. So that was really fun. And then I met my friend Kara Kane, who we started singing and doing like a duo with harmonies, and she's like, you should play the bass. And I was like, okay. And I got one the next day. And then we just started playing. I think I started playing out with the bass like 3 months later. And we just started playing at all the open mics and everything. Yeah. And then she kind of put a band together. First it was Kara Kane and the Disclaimers, and your guitar player Jeremy's was in that band with his wife Keena.
Nice. Shout out to Jeremy Shabbat and Keena Thomas.
That's right. So we did that. And then Kara Kane, the Vinyl Dropouts. And then I started playing with this band Tribe. So I still do gigs with them. It's kind of like a collaborative. So like whoever wants to do the gig, like at the time, can do the gig. And so there's a couple different singers and different guitar players, and it's really cool. It's just like, I don't know. We played like
that's
a bunch
awesome.
Of different places. It's really fun. Yeah.
You got like a nice little rotating lineup, so it's like, you're not necessarily getting the same musicians every night. You're getting like a little bit of fresh influence and perspective, and sonically.
Oh yeah, different songs, like it's really cool. So you're learning a bunch of different music, and nice. So it's very inspiring, and it's creative because you're not always doing the same thing. So it's nice. That's great. And then now the swaying trees is my newest thing, but I'm kind of still playing with all the people.
That's great.
Got a lot of different things going.
So yeah, and you've got the solo album, you've got the swaying trees. Do you plan on releasing any material under the swaying trees as a project?
I hope so. Yeah, we're kind of new though. We've only been playing for a couple months, so but yeah, that's the goal. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Yeah.
So tell me a little more about All Along the Way. I love the title. Like for some reason it sounds like a little Dylan-ish and Hendrixy with the All Along the Watchtower thing, but All Along the Way, I know there's something behind that story.
Okay. Yeah. So actually the song All Along the Way was actually called The Path, and my first album's called The Path. So I decided to call the song All Along the Way, because it has that in it. But then all along the way, like, means to me just like everything I'm inspired by along the way in my life. Like I take inspiration from nature and like just art and people and everything that inspires me to write all along the way, basically.
Awesome. That is that is so cool. Now we talked a little bit about the influences and the wide array. Is there a specific song that's like your go-to song?
I don't think there is a specific song per se. I like Time Stands Still by Rush a lot. I like play that over and over and over and over.
Nice. That might be your song.
I do love it a lot. Yeah, it's very meaningful. So
nice.
Yeah.
Now, did you ever have that, like, early on, did you ever have that epiphany or aha moment, like when you were doing music and like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing?
No. No, not really. No. So it's weird. It's just like, I just keep doing it, and it kind of snowballs, and I keep going. And I never think, oh, I want to be famous someday or anything like that. I just like love doing it. And I just I'm inspired to keep going. And, I think it's like amazing that I can make a little bit of money doing what I love. And, yeah, I'm really grateful. I got to play at the Red Apple Farm today, which was really fun. And it was like 10 a.m. and, the farm and sunflowers, and it was really nice.
Yeah. Awesome. Yep. Now, you've already put out the album All Along. I'm going to keep plugging All Along the Way. So by the way, so that way our audience just keeps hearing that and going, okay, we get it, Alex. We're going to go check it out.
Nice.
Now with, I see you have a guitar there. I know you talk. What do we got? I need to see it.
It's an Epiphone Les Paul.
Ooh, that is pretty. I love it.
It's very beautiful.
Nice.
I picked it for the clear, shiny knobs that you can pull out and make cool noises. I don't know much about guitars.
Well, yeah. I see a white top Les Paul, and you got some push pull knobs. on your tones and volumes. So that is awesome.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I love it. So
good.
Now I wanted to point out some songs that kind of really stuck out for me when I was listening to your album. One of them was Crazy World, and the other one was In the Dark. And out of the album, I gotta tell you, the album's very good. I really enjoyed it, but In the Dark really stuck out to me. So can you tell me a little more about that song?
I woke up. I get insomnia.
Yeah.
So it was probably 3 a.m, and I'm like sitting outside on my deck writing, and just kind of like waiting for the sun to come up. And it was like I was literally in the dark writing the song. But yeah, I don't know if I can explain exactly.
I hear you. Sometimes you got to keep a couple of things close to the vest. I get you.
Yeah, exactly.
That is awesome. Now, so you mentioned that you've also done bass, in other bands, and you've done guitar in other groups. Which one do you prefer, guitar or bass?
Guitar, definitely.
That's the answer I was looking for.
I never got that great at the bass, but it was like a great way for me to learn. And it was a great tool for me to start out and like even to start writing songs on the bass. And so it made learning guitar a lot easier. So I've only been playing guitar for 4 years, so I'm still a beginner.
Well, no, the thing is, you could be playing for 20 years. Nobody actually fully masters the guitar. That's what I love about music and instruments and stuff like that. Even like people who've been playing since the 60s, they're still trying to figure out how they can tell their story in a different way and shape their tone differently and do that. So only 4 years is like you've put out 2 albums, and you got a bunch of singles out, and you got some good material. So
thank you. I'm just gonna
it's
keep
fantastic.
Going.
There we go. Do you have any ideas for the next album?
I mean, the songs we've been playing with the Swaying Trees, we've been playing some of the music that are on the albums, but there's quite a few that are brand new that nobody's heard. So we already have enough to do an album, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, again, just to plug the Swaying Trees again, who's in the band again? You said Jim Clapham and who else?
Reed Brewer.
And Reed Brewer. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you've worked with so many musicians, and you've got like a new band. Like it seems like it's like I love it. It's like this is really cool. Like you're able to work and flow through and create, and then after you put it out there, like I'm gonna go in a different direction. I'm gonna create something new again, and I love that.
Yeah. I love being creative. I don't know. I can't stop, and I just keep going. I'm just really inspired. It's a really inspiring time in my life. I think it's something to do with like right before I turned 40, I just started getting really creative.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you're doing it the right way. Take advantage of it while the creativity is there, and you're able to connect and put all these songs out, because sometimes writers will hit a snag, they'll get distracted, they'll get writer's block. So with the minute you have the songs, you want to have them out there.
Oh, definitely.
I completely agree with that mentality. I do. I go through that process too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I've never really like been this creative. Like I've written songs like all throughout my life, but not like this many. They just keep coming. So hopefully they keep coming. We'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there any? I know you've got the show coming up in October 14th. You said 16th. Yeah. So October 16th, you're playing Wachusett Apple Fest. Is there anything you want to plug or promote in between now and then as well?
Yeah. And November 27th, I'm playing with King Philip with Kara Kane, 6 to 9. So duo over there.
Nice. And for our audience, King Philip's is a awesome restaurant based in Phillipston, Massachusetts. That's a little. You take Route 2, it's a little further west. I don't remember the exit because Massachusetts, they decided to change all the state all the exit numbers randomly instead of
so crazy. I know. I just do the back road, so I don't know.
There you go. Awesome. So again, the album is called All Along the Way. It is available on all digital platforms. Valerie, thank you so much for making the time for me. This has been awesome. I'm so grateful for you share a little bit of your time with us. And for anybody who wants to find a link to the album, it will be in the video description below, along with any links that Valerie has. By the way, plug and promote. I'll let you plug before we wrap up. Rapid fire. What do we got for Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, websites? What do you got?
Yeah, Facebook, like you said, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Amazon, anything you can think of, I'm pretty much on there.
Oh, awesome. And that's all under Valerie Newman.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. So again, it came out in July. It's available now, and there's going to be a link in the description below for our audience members. Check it out. It's All Along the Way by Valerie Newman. Valerie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, be light and love.